સહજાનંદ સ્વામી મહારાજની જય. અક્ષર પુરુષોત્તમ મહારાજની જય. સર્વે ગુણાતીત સ્વરૂપોની જય જય જય. બ્રહ્મ સ્વરૂપ કાકાજી મહારાજ, પપ્પાજી મહારાજ, બંધુ બેલડી શતાબ્દી પર્વ મહોત્સવની જય જય જય. બધાને જય સ્વામિનારાયણ. First of all, on behalf of everyone, I would like to take a few moments to thank Puja Prem Sarup Swamiji, Puja Gurun Grahak Swamiji, Puja Narendra Uncle, Puja Arvind Uncle, and you all for coming and joining with us in celebrating 100 years of Kakaji. Your presence and blessings are going to make this day very, very memorable for me, at least for me, I can say that. 2008, in 2008, we started thinking, I remember this very well, we were at Bhaveshbhai, આપણે અમિતભાઈના એલ્ડર બ્રધર છે, એમના ઘરે અમે લોકો વીકમાં એવું હતું કે બધા ભાઈઓ ત્યાં જમવા જતા, તો એમને ત્યાં આગળ ડાઇનિંગ હોલમાં બેઠા હતા અને વિચાર આવ્યો કે 2008 થઈ ગઈ ચાલુ છે અને 10 જ વર્ષ બાકી છે શતાબ્દીને, એટલે કંઈ વી શુડ ડુ સમથિંગ, એટલે એવું આવે ને કે કંઈ કરવું જોઈએ, કંઈ થવું જોઈએ, બિકોઝ ધીસ ઇઝ 100 years ઓફ કાકાજી. અને પછી દિનકર અંકલને પ્રાર્થના કરી, ભરતભાઈ, વશીભાઈ અને ઘનશ્યામ અંકલને પ્રાર્થના કરી, પછી 2008માં પહેલું આપણે બરરેજમાં ફંક્શન રાખેલું. ખૂબ વરસાદ પડેલો ત્યારે અને શિબિરથી ચાલુ કરેલું. ત્યારથી આ 10 વર્ષની આખી એક યાત્રા કાકાજીના શતાબ્દી પર્વ સુધી આપણે પહોંચ્યા છે. મેન તો આપણે સાકરધામાં ઉજવીશું, પણ તારીખ પ્રમાણે આવે છે, સો we wanted to make sure that we can enjoy the most 100 years of Kakaji. If you think about it, it's such an occasion of such gravitas, I mean, what would you say for 100 years of anyone, let alone someone like Kakaji, So I really thank Vandan Bhai and Ketan Bhai for giving me this opportunity to come here and pray to Tingar Uncle and Prem Swami on this very day. On occasions like birthday celebrations, there is a certain mood of joy, happiness, and all those things that are worth cherishing and celebrating in life. On such a day, especially on a 100th birthday, to talk about death or about dying, that would be considered rather very unauspicious. But I would submit that this is a birthday of no one ordinary. In fact, history has it, Kakaji was anything but ordinary. And for us, he was much more than extraordinary. So I think it would be okay to bend some conventions on his 100th birthday. And I'm going to talk about death. I'm going to talk about death the way Kakaji understood death. And again, this is my perspective. For Kakaji, death is not what it is for most of us today. A sad, a moment of despair, life sapping away from you. It was not that. For Kakaji, death was not an endpoint of a segment called life, It was not the marking of an end of a lifespan that had begun on a certain birthday. For Kakaji, it was a very way of living. He never believed in natural order of things. If anyone who has seen Kakaji, he never accepted conventions. He never accepted and compromised with how things are, In fact, he held the confidence of changing nature itself. People who have heard his Katha Varta, he used to say કે હું આજે વાત કરું છું એ મર્યા પછી જીવાની વાત કરું છું. હરિધામમાં શિબિર થતી, ઉભરાટમાં શિબિર થતી તો કાકાજી એવી ઘોષણા કરતા. Guruji has compiled all of those pravachans and has called it Singh Garjna. It's a roar of a lion. That's how Kakaji's Vani was. And he used to say, what I'm talking about is about life after death. So what does this all mean? I think I'm going to share you, it's not just poetry. It's not just a figment of imagination, Through his life, Kakaji showed us how to die so that we may live without any regrets, so that we may live, as Ingarangal says, where we commit no mistakes. That's what Kakaji showed. At a very, very young age, we have heard this prasang. Kakaji was only 7 years old. He was there with his brother Papaji to see a drama of Ram Leela. And in that, there was an episode of Dashrath Raja dying and going to heaven. This is the first time this young boy, Dadu, at 7 years, is the first time he's introduced to the concept of death. કે મર્યા પછી સ્વર્ગમાં જવાનું થાય. એટલે ફર્સ્ટ ટાઈમ કે આ સ્વર્ગ શું છે? So he had, with very inane curiosity, he asked Papaji, what is this swarg? And then Papaji explains that this is where, there is no marutaru, there is no conflict, it is a place of eternal peace. And this young boy boldly declares, we want to bring swarg, heaven on this earth. 7-year-old boy, the first time he understands death, and he resolves to eliminate it in the concept that we know. First time. And divinity has it, only later that year, age Varshma, Shastriji Maharaj came to Naryad. And Kakaji overheard a conversation between Shastriji Maharaj and another devotee, Ramchandra Bhai. And Shastriji Maharaj was telling Ramchandra Bhai that અક્ષરધામનું જો સુખ પામવું હોય તો મરીને આવવું પડે. તો કાકાજીને બત્તી થઈ કે આપણે જે વાત કરી હતી આ શાસ્ત્રીજી મહારાજ કહે છે. So the next day morning, Kakaji goes for his darshan. And he goes there and he sits, and Shastriji Maharaj is doing puja. And Kakaji is waiting for Shastriji Maharaj to call him. And Shastriji Maharaj does call him. And he says, Dadu, આટલો વહેલો કેવી રીતે આવી ગયો તું? તો કાકાજી folds his two hands and says, સ્વામી હું મરવા આવ્યો છું. કે હું મરવા આવ્યો છું. So Shastriji Maharaj is naturally startled that, what are you talking about? You're a 7-year-old boy and you're coming here and saying that I have come to die. And Kakaji then says કે મેં કાલે આપણી કથા વાર્તામાં સાંભળ્યું કે અક્ષરધામનું જો સુખ પામવું હોય તો મરીને આવવું પડે. મારે અક્ષરધામનું સુખ પામવું છે એટલે હું મરવા આવ્યો છું. And Shastriji Maharaj was very, very happy. He embraced him. He cast his divine gaze on him. અને આખો પ્રસંગ છે આખો. But what is important is the promise that Kakaji made to Shastriji Maharaj at age 7. At age 7, he said કે સ્વામી હું મરવા આવ્યો છું કારણ કે મારે અક્ષરધામનું સુખ લેવું છે. That's the promise he made to Shastriji Maharaj. And from that point on, till the last breath of his physical body, he has chose to die. With every day, he has chosen to die. And what was that? When he chose to die, he was ready to put everything that he holds dear, he possesses dear, to please his Guru and Bhagwan. And I'll go a little bit into this. So whenever there was time to choose to donate So whether it was coming to, choose the donate to seed money for his business to the Gadara temple, he has his business being startup, to take the seed money and give it away. People who entrepreneurs will understand the significance of seed money. What does it mean? You're basically trying to start your entire future again. He gave away all of that for the donation for Gadara Mandir. He had a very flourishing business, so choosing to leave his flourishing business to help a fellow devotee, as in the case of Nandaji, he was ready to do that. Going ahead, to choice, he chose to take the brunt of accusations and insults so that hundreds of young men and women can fulfill their purpose to lead a life of absolute devotion and service. બહેનો અને ભાઈઓ અને યુવકો એ પોતાના જીવનમાં એવી પરમ ભક્તિ, એવું પરમ જીવન જીવી શકે. સંતો, બહેનો ભાઈઓ સંતો બન્યા, વ્રતધારી સાધકો બન્યા, બહેનોએ ભગવા વસ્ત્રો ધારણ કર્યા. એના માટે ખૂબ અપમાનો, ખૂબ અવગણાઓ કાકાજીએ સહન કરી. આપણે સહન કરે છે, પણ he accepted, he chose all of those in his life so that these individuals could be happy and flourish in their life. And I think the last of his choice was to really eclipse his divine personality so that others may grow and shine. So with every of his choice, seemingly he gave up something. It would mean some sort of death for someone in order to just serve and please others. And that was Kakaji. Every choice he made was to give up something of his own, give us something from his own for others. He showed to us that death, or to give up something, does not have to be unpleasant, does not have to be sad or filled with despair. But when he said life after death, what he was really saying is death is to choose to live differently, is to choose to live for someone, for others, so that our life could be more enhanced and more fuller. It was these choices that not only gave him tremendous contentment and satisfaction. It was not something generally કેવું હોય કે loss. It was not a feeling of loss for him. It was a feeling of contentment for him. So it gave him a tremendous contentment and satisfaction, but also earned him the utmost blessings and pleasure of his gurus. It was in the form of the Chandan Prasang, we see on the left-hand side, in the form of the Sakshatkar experience that we see on the right-hand side over here, and many more. But the most significant of all, in my view, it was in the form of becoming something more than a person. Kakaji becoming something more than a person. More than a businessman, more than a devotee, more than a saint, but becoming this phenomenon. That's the only way I can explain this phenomenon called Kakaji. That is now immortal, and it throbs in the arteries and veins of everyone in Gurunath Samaj. That is what Kakaji has become. His life is turned into this thing that we grasp on, we aspire, we idolize, we think, we remember. And that continues to inspire and motivate us. So when Kakaji said, "I've come to die," it meant death to the physical Dadu and the birth of the immortal Kakaji. Like many of us, on a personal note, he speaks to me even today, through his teachings, through his recorded Vani, and most importantly, through his legacy, through Dingar Uncle, through Viratbhai, through Guruji. And when we had his physical company, for personally, through Kothari Swami and Jyotiben, he spoke to me through them. In his time span of 100 years, if every day would be equal to my life, that's how much he did and achieved and did in his life. So I'm just like a speck of dirt or dust in his grand lifespan, But He has been so gracious to be in my life in such a powerful way. So today, on the eve of His centenary, drawing inspiration from His life, I timidly dare to make the following prayer. Bhagwan Swaminarayan, Hey Gunataran Swami, Hey Kakaji, Hey Dinkar Uncle. May the fear of irrelevance within me die, so that I may be truly grateful for everything else in my life. May all the insecurities within me die, so that I may truly live. May the weeds of desire and ambitions within me die, so that the flowers of compassion and devotion may truly flourish. May the seeds of self-preservation within me die, so that I may not only save and live one life, but hundreds and thousands and millions. That's the prayer I have. Thank you for listening to me. Sayan Sai Maharaj Ni Jai. For the next part of the program, we'll be seeing a video that has been most